Okay, so now the next thing that we're doing is we're building the bookcase. You got your text block that you just sewed, and now we're building the bookcase. And actually, I made a mistake because usually when you do this, you're gonna want to size up your size this up, you know, make sure that everything's fit. So I'm gonna use Ravens and size mine up. And here. So I go and actually make it a little bit larger than your text block. So Raven's book is that big, but I made the text block go out to here.
So without the book?
Yes. So I'll put that up, and then I'm going to cut my. You need to use one. You can use this one for a template. I'm gonna cut the book binding. And then this will be the size of my book.
Now you could just use that piece to measure your other piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this piece so I can measure my other pieces. This one's the same size. You wanna use it now?
Yeah.
Cutting the book board.
Do you have a favorite book, Jordan?
I've been really liking the Bible lately. I like one of my favorite novels is The Alchemist. I like to read the dictionary.
I like to read synonyms.
Yeah, synonyms about thesauruses. Thesauruses. The thesaurus is actually a type of dinosaur.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
you almost fooled me with that one. Oh, tell them about how they can maybe sometimes find some of this board for free.
Okay, so I got this board from a frame shop, and this is just excess mat board. But you can use a lot of different things. You can use maybe a cereal box. Even you can old books. Like I get a lot of books from thrift stores, especially the ones that probably are kind of stupid. Maybe that's mean for me saying that someone's book that they made is stupid, but I just take the book apart and I use the book board that they do, and then I put my own stuff in it. It's just a little recycling. Like honestly, never hurt anybody.
Yeah, you can find books for pretty cheap. But also, like, the frame shop thing, that was a really amazing thing to me because Jordan just go in there and just politely ask them, like, hey, do you have any excess mat board or frame board? And they'll be like, yeah, come back in an hour. We'll have a whole pile for you. Like, sometimes they might not have some, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask around because you can get a bunch of free frame board. And not only can you use this for books, but you can paint on those. You can do art on them. You can do all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah.
that's a little pro tip. Cut them.
Alright, and now you need to make your spine. You need to cut your spine. And again, you when you do this, measure your book board before you do you glue. Before you glue, measure your book board.
You want it to be a little bigger, right?
Oh no, make it actually a little smaller. And when you're measuring this, make it a little bit smaller actually than the spine.
You only need a little slither.
Yeah. The book board spine is going to be a little bit smaller than the actual spine of the book. Cutting the spine.
What's the most amount of signatures you've ever used in a book?
I don't know, but I've been wanting to make a giant book. Some of those books have like 13 signatures, but and I used to do them different. And the way I used to do them used to have like 26 signatures. But I made the signatures have more pages in it.
That's interesting.
So I got my book board and I got my spines.
Okay, I've got my book board, got my spines.
You got your book board and your spines? Is your spine?
Yes, sir.
Your spine might be a little big.
Really?
Yeah, you might want to cut another little sliver off your spine.
Dang, wow, you really meant it when you said you wanted smaller.
Yeah. Just like a little bit.
Which of the steps do you think is probably most challenging?
I'm still trying to master the book binding. I'm still trying to master the book boards.
The book boards. Why? What about it is kind of be tricky sometimes?
Once you get everything in there, I don't know. It just seems like for some reason that part gets me messy or something.
Okay, well let's see if we can make it nice and neat today.
Yeah. So
All right,
I got the spine. I got the book board. And what we're going to do now is
lay it out.
Okay, what we're doing now is we get our cloth. And I get this cloth from a variety of places. I got this from a thrift shop. That one's Ravens.
Feel free to recycle some old clothes.
Yeah,
and
even
jeans.
old shirts, jeans work well. You can get fun, get creative with it. Okay, you're gonna lay these book boards out how you would want to lay them. Let me.
So, the outside faces down.
Oh yeah, the outside faces down.
Okay.
You don't like that part? That part's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that part's pretty cool too. But this one is like.
Yeah, it's more popping.
More popping.
More
Wait,
poppin'.
I don't know, but when you said that, this right
Even
there.
more popping.
I don't know, guys. Which side is prettier? This side. This side. I feel like this side's more pretty. This side is prettier.
Cartier on my wrist, yeah.
See, if you sell enough books, you can get some Cartier on your wrist.
Look, yeah. So, and when you make your bookbinding board, I'm actually gonna. Okay.
And Jordan set up a second camera so you can see a little closer.
So, when you are making this, make sure that you have like an inch, a space. Leave like probably like less than a quarter inch of space between the books and the spine. So when you are making this, make sure that you have like over an inch of space. Make sure that you have like an inch. Make sure that you have like over an inch of space. Leave in between the boards and the spine. Leave like probably like less than a quarter inch of space between the books and the spine. And then you're going to want to leave at least. So when you are make sure that you have like an inch. Make sure that you have like over an inch of space. Leave in between the boards and the spine. Leave like probably like less than a quarter inch of space between the books and the spine. And then you're going to want to leave at least an inch of this outside of the board, longer than the board. And now I'm going to cut off the excess.
Giving an inch
Keeping
of leeway.
Yeah.
So come on. Cutting feels so finite. Like you're like, oh, it's gone. Starting to get pretty excited for the book. You know, it'd be cool if someone tie-dyed some shirts or something, and then they use the tie-dye for their covers.
Mm-hmm. So, alright. And now that I have...
Now you have what?
Now that I have that, I'm going to... the next step is to glue the boards. You got yours all set up. Right, Jen?
Yes. J's.
Jeez.
J's. Alright. Where do I glue?
Okay, you're gonna want to glue these and then turn them around and then maybe like this and then stick them on the board.
This won't be visible, right?
What? No.
You put a little or a lot?
Much as it will cover.
Like a nice thin layer?
Yeah, you don't want to put a lot. Just get a good layer on there. Yeah.
You have any bookmaking stories?
One time. I made a really cool book for your birthday one time.
He did. One time, Jordan, we got something in the mail, and it was like shiny aluminum, like bubble wrap or something. And I was like, ooh, Jordan, make me a book out of this. And he did, and it was really cool. I can't even show it, but let me finish this.
Okay.
You've gotten real creative with your bookmaking, Jordan. So let your creativity, we're just giving you the tools to let your creativity run wild.
Okay.
Flip it
So
over.
flip it over. You stick it. And I don't know what kind of condition y'all's things are in, but maybe even it would help to iron your cloth. I got that like that. Oh, dang, weird. I wonder if it was even recording.
It was. It just turned off.
Really? I never did that before.
Maybe it.
Alright.
Some of this you could probably speed up.
Ease. We're gluing.
And make sure every time you use your brush, you wash it off, because then it'll help it last forever.
That's forever.
But if you let it get all crusty, it's gonna be crusty.
Okay. And
You guys will get a hang of it. Just stick to it.
stick to it. Hashtag stick to it. Alright, and now you're gonna wanna
But just stick to it.
stick to it. Hashtag stay tuned. Alright, and now you're gonna wanna cut off the corners.
When you're placing your things, be precise and ready because it will glue kind of fast.
Yeah, that glue be work. But cut off the corners of your cloth. Okay. And now
I just have to glue my center part.
actually you're gonna want to do something different. This is the next step in the process. You get a piece of cardstock, and you put it right here.
Cardstock in my kit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and you can pick whichever color you want. I'm kind of in between the pink. No, I want the pink for sure.
The thing is, this cardstock is like a little smaller than I wanted it to be.
So you use 2 pieces?
Yeah, maybe use 2 pieces. And then cut the excess off. You feel like that's wasteful.
Yeah, we are making books here. Cut that off.
And with bookbinding, you know, it is like, there's trees. Actually, try to be as, resourceful as possible. Anything that you cut off, you don't use, try and use it again.
Yeah, you can make little mini books.
Use it later. Yep. Make yourself some mini books. There's all kinds of things you can do when it comes to books. You don't need no drugs to do it.
Make it funny.
And this. Okay, I'm gonna glue my cardstock down. I think my problem is I start to get impatient and then I start messing up.
Don't be impatient. Take your time. Let this be peaceful, you know?
Yeah,
Put the love in your book.
I'll be like, I'm just trying to finish this book because I'm so excited it's going to be 5. You know?
No, take your time.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the book I made is kind of on the bigger side, so I kind of am piecing together the different pieces to go on the outer part. So I decided to go with a green border, and I cut it kind of in strips. And then after that, I'll put the pink on top. Whoa, what's love got to do? It's got everything to do with it. You need to put a lot of love in your book.
Yeah.
Because the love, that's the special ingredient.
Yeah, that love, that's that special ingredient. You hear that?
We put the love in the kit, but you got to put the love in your book. You feel me?
Oochie, oochie, goochie.
I'm actually pretty excited that we're doing this workshop because this has been a long time in the planning.
Yeah. Alright. Now I got my things.
And what better gift to give someone than a book that you made yourself?
Yeah. I gave literally everybody last Christmas a book.
Last Christmas, I gave you a book. And the very next day, you read that book.
Like, even for New Year's, I gave everybody a book. I gave everybody a New Year's book.
New year, new book.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
New year, new binding technique. And you know, we're just teaching you one way to do it. I'm sure there's lots of other ways. Like, if you start to get into this.
If you Google bookbinding on Instagram, you're gonna see some. You're gonna see some international bookbinding stars doing the best that they have ever done.
Do you remember a book that you saw one time that you're like, how did they do that?
Yes, I did. Bookbinding people seem nice because they put their techniques too.
Yeah, and also you can
It's not like fashion. They'd be like, I'm not gonna tell you.
We'll talk about fashion too.
Or recipes. People are like, I can't tell you my great grandma's favorite recipe.
The secret is a secret. I've always really wanted Jordan to make me a book with different materials. Like, I think about transparent paper, or like, I don't know. I'm curious about how to make paper, like the paper making process. I wish there could be other ways we can make paper.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any creative people out there that want to fix that problem for me. Let me know. I'm sure I probably should do more research into it. There probably are alternative paper methods already.
Yeah, I want to learn how to make paper too. I've seen some things on the internet about that.
Anything that you want to do, you can make it. You can create it.
Anything you can do, I can do.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I'm just kidding. Ooh, this book is looking sexy.
It's a good
That's hot.
book, so to say. Alright, alright.
Ooh, Jordan, my book is coming together.
Girl, yes it is.
I think you get glue because you get glue on the outside of it, kind of. That's where the issue is.
Yeah, some of this. Okay, so far I have this is my bookbinding board. And this is the outside of it. It looks so cool in the inside.
I'll have to go excess strips.
Alright.
That one here. Come on.
Alright. Alright, so actually you're gonna wanna put your bookbinding board under something heavy. You're gonna put your bookbinding board underneath something heavy, so I'm gonna put mine under these two books.
Okay, I'm gonna put mine under this book. And this book.
Just have to put mine under 3 books. You got it? Alright, I'm gonna move it over here.
Careful.
Okay. And now we're going to get back out our text blocks. They're almost pretty much dry as they need to be right now. And on this part, no, I forgot to put in the bookbinding kit. Wax paper. That's another part.
Or is this a different paper?
Maybe wax paper. Okay. So for this part, we're going to be adding our reinforcements. Before you do that, you're going to want to put some wax paper in between these pages, the first and last pages. You're going to put wax paper. Open them up. I have a whole bunch of wax paper.
Okay, I took off my reinforcements. I put my wax paper between the first sheet. sheet.
Yes.
Can you use anything else other than wax paper?
I don't know. The only main thing I know is wax paper, because the wax paper is so that the glue doesn't get on the go through the pages. The glue doesn't seem to affect the wax paper for some reason. All right, Raven. Now that you have that, you can get your paper. So I mean your end papers.
I think I'll do them blue.
Really? I was thinking I want to do mom blue too.
So I glue it.
Yeah, glue it.
Oh dang! I guess we didn't need to clean off our brushes just yet.
Oh yeah. I guess not. So now what we're doing is we're adding the end papers to the text block. Wait up. Before you do that, actually, you're going to want to add the first reinforcement, which is this cheesecloth, to the spine. And to do this, you glue it like that. You glue it once over, put the cheesecloth on it, and then you glue it one more time over. You have your ribbon, Raven?
Yes.
Good. Okay. And now that you have that, let me get some ribbon. Just see. Scissors. I got this ribbon. I'm gonna put on it. You put the ribbon on after you put the cheesecloth. And then
So you put the ribbon on.
you put the ribbon on after you put the cheesecloth on. And then after you put the cheesecloth on, you're gonna wanna sandwich the ribbon and the cheesecloth with the rice paper. And this is just that extra reinforcement with the rice paper on it. I like the rice paper.
I like how it feels.
Yeah, it's really good. Stiff. Doesn't seem to be affected.
Is paper made out of rice?
I think so.
Shoot, you can make a whole book out of rice paper. If rice makes paper, I bet you can make paper out of flour.
Interesting. It's food you would never expect it to be done with.
Or corn paper. Done.
Alright, cool. Actually went to mine green.
Now I put the thing on it.
Yeah. Alright, now you glue, after you've done your reinforcements, you glue your text block. Not your text block, but this is the end paper.
Not too much glue now because you don't want to get wrinkles in it.
Yeah. Get a nice little even coat of glue.
This works.
Put it on. I'm still kind of learning with the text block, but maybe you can did this part first. Sure.
I don't feel like it's smart how you did it like that because you kind of even reinforce it with that end paper.
Yeah. So I got my front end paper, and now I got I'm gonna glue my back end paper.
Make sure you push it up, push it nice and.
Yeah, make sure press it flat. That way the glue
Doesn't lift it.
Gluing my second end paper.
This is when I feel multiple tools can come in handy because you can take your boom fork and just rub it against it.
Yeah.
You can use the flat end. Right now I need to do my back. Oh no, I might do yellow on the back.
Sounds fun. Okay. Alright.
What's your favorite color, Jordan?
I like indigo a lot. Okay, this is the last section of the bookmaking process. So move your wax paper over to the new front page, which is the end paper, and the new back page, which is the back end paper. And this is literally the last step. And what we're gonna do here is take that. This is the end of the book. No, this is the beginning of the book. And then we're gonna glue the front. We're gonna glue the end paper to the front cover, to the.
Oh my gosh, my book is almost made. Okay. Now, so I glued both ends.
Yes. You glued both ends, and dang.
What did I do?
I think it was that part.
I need to glue that part down.
Yeah, that's what I thought that something was up. So I got the front cover glued down. That's why I'm still kind of learning all the little techniques of this. It seems like that part is the part that gets me up for some reason. Alright. So, and now for the back page to the back cover. Maybe it's because it's the last part of the process. But I found it to be a little more tricky. Okay, Raven? Alright. Now, my book, now the last thing that has to happen is to dry. Yes. Got the wax paper in there. Now it can dry. That little book.
Got a little bit messy.
and don't be too in a rush, because it's probably best if you let your book sit overnight. That way everything, it's probably best you let your book sit overnight. That way it's just all dry. After that, you'll be good.
Just gluing all my covers together.
She's almost done.
I might even put another piece of paper with it just to mask.
Yeah, put this paper in between here now. Did you do that on the other side?
No, not yet. This is like the origami part.
I actually glued it on the cloth when I was doing that.
I just want those corners to be nice and tight. How did this bookbinding event go?
It went good, you know. We're all learning, you know. I'm trying to get better. Raven's a beginner, and she's doing great still though.
The last thing I have to do is just making my cloth, tucking my cloths in. So why don't you just walk through the steps one more time, just say them verbally.
Okay, so to round up everything that you do, first you get your paper, you fold them into signatures of 6 to 8. I think 8's a good number. And then you draw a line, draw 4 lines on it to mark where you're gonna do your awl. And then after you've done your awl, you kettle stitch it. You kettle stitch the book. You glue the spine of the book, and then you can start making your book board. You cut your book board to the appropriate size, and then you lay your book board onto your book your book cloth, book cover. You glue those two together. And you have your book board with cloth, and you put cardstock on the inside of the cover, and after that, once you got your cardstock, you glue the little inch of cloth that's left. You glue it over, but before you do that, cut the corners of the book cloth. That's why we got these little triangles. And then you glue the corners, and then once you got you put your book board, your book cover, your bookcase to the side in order for it to dry, and then you can bring back out your text block, which is the signatures that you sewed, and then you add your reinforcements, add your embellishments. I added a ribbon.
You can make a little envelope on the front page.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of things. Just Google. Be experimental. And once you what part? So I'm at the text blocks. Add in the reinforcements to the text blocks, and maybe you can let those dry even, and then after that you can add your end paper. Add the end paper to the text block by gluing it, and then once you glued your end paper, you glue your end papers to the bookcase, and then you let the bookcase dry. The whole book. That's when you got the whole book. You just let it dry. How you doing, Raven?
Doing good. I'm just gonna put this wax paper here. I think I was gonna just cover this so there, cover it up a little. And I'm just taking my time. I'm just I feel like some of the cloth was just showing a little more than I wanted to, so I'm just adding a strip of paper over it, you know. It's just not like in a bad way, but it's just a book, you know, you can do whatever you want to. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Use my fingers sometimes with the glue.
This is like, really, I want to see some innovative books out there. Like,
yeah, if y'all make some cool books, please send it to us. Like, that would be really cool to see.
I want the new iPhone of books.
It's that book technology.
A book that you can shrink, like you can look at it, like be smaller, and you put it in your pocket.
Yeah, we need some coders. We need to add the books and the technology together.
Zoom,
I always, a real futuristic thought I always had when I was a child, which we're not getting that far from, was that I would have this book. It was like an ABC book, and it would have like A, and it would have apples in it, you know? And it would be like F, French fries. And I remember looking at the French fries and being like, I wish I could just grab it out the book and eat it. I don't know. I know that's a pretty futuristic idea, but if one of y'all can figure that out for me.
So what we want, it's a book that you can see French fries in it, and you can be like, I want that, and the French fries will come to you.
I got a little Mod Podge with my little bookends, because I just like it to look. Alright, my book is done! Well, I need to leave the wax paper for it to dry, but... I made a book, Jordan!
So close it. And this is Raven's, and you show them your beautiful book.
Oh my gosh, and it's my ribbon coming out.
Yes.
Now I need to let it dry for like 24 hours?
Or just overnight. And then in the morning, we'll open these bad boys out and we'll show you what we're working with.
High five! I couldn't have done without you, Jordan. Thank you. Good luck, y'all, making your books.
Yes, good luck.
Say bye, Jordan.
Good luck.
Give them a motivational thought. No, let's get nice up and close and personal.
Alright.
Give them a motivational little thought.
Whenever you do anything in life, be loving. Like, it just make you do it better. It'll like amplify it.
I think it's a great one. My thing is to be fearless, and if you have a creative idea in your brain, and even if it sounds crazy, pursue it. You'd be surprised how many times I drew something in my notebook and then became a reality.
Yeah, like, and keep it going and pursue it every day. Pursue it every day.
Yeah, Jordan, it's been a long time coming making his books. Look, I want to show one last show and tell thing. This is that book I was telling you that Jordan made for me. And I just saw this material and I was like, ooh, Jordan, I want a book out of this. And he just made it. I have some art in here. And Jordan's got a whole shelf for his books.
I got a lot of books.
This is Jordan's book making shelf. Every book on this shelf Jordan's made. He makes duplicates of his books.
Show him these ones.
He makes notebooks.
Yeah, these big notebooks.
Yeah, these are some big ones. But yeah, we just want to send you guys some inspiration, and we just want to let you know that you can do it.
Yes, you can do it.
Bye.
Bye.